right, ladies. So, as you probably have seen earlier today, I posted tonight's topic, and that is redefining beauty by learning to accept yourself. So, I chose this topic because I find that many women uh, think of being happy or achieving happiness um, once they get into the jean size, or once they achieve the goal weight, or I'll be happy whenever I have toned arms, or I'll be happy whenever I get to that BMI that the doctor tells me I need to be. And the thing is that is a very uh, unrealistic expectation that we put on ourselves when we think like that. Because when you do accomplish that, let's say, if you do accomplish that weight goal, or you do achieve that jean size, or you do achieve whatever, you're going to be looking at the next problem that you can solve on yourself, and you're not going to be happy until you achieve that next problem that you see, that you criticize yourself for. So, what I want us to do tonight is I want us to go over strategies on how we can create a healthy mindset around body image and while you're working on your goals. Because what I want from you ultimately is to be proud and happy with where you're at today while working on the goals that you want to achieve. That gives you peace, freedom, quality of life. It gives you so many beautiful things while you're working on improving yourself. So I thought I'm going to interview Jillian because she is a perfect example on critiquing herself, struggling with body image issues, struggling with body dysmorphia. And she has a lot of years and experience with this particular topic. So I have not prepped her. So me and Jillian are going to just talk tonight and be raw with each other and discuss the things that I ask her in raw form. So I want y'all to be on the call to listen. But we're going to pretend y'all are not here. Okay. We're going to pretend. Because I feel like some of the things that we're going to talk about tonight needs to be shared, so you can learn ways or tips and tricks on how to accept where you're at in your journey and continue to improve with those healthy mindset hacks. So, Jillian, are you ready to do our chit chat? Our girl time, we're just going to chit chat. You ready to do that?
Sure.
Okay. Just so if you don't know Jillian's been in the program for quite some time, years. So years ago, we found each other. And when you came to me and you wanted to do the program, what were the goals that you wanted to achieve back then? What were simply the goals that you were here to achieve?
They were purely aesthetic. I had just gone through kind of an initial recovery from an eating disorder, had gained a lot of weight in that recovery, and I just wanted it off.
And how was that feeling on your body? Like carrying that weight? I want to know what the feelings and the emotions were like experiencing that weight gain on your body.
I felt like I had no control because I knew that the things that I had to do to maintain my low body weight were unrealistic and unhealthy. But I also knew that I was not happy with all this extra weight. I felt weighed down. I felt slow. I felt sluggish. I was chronically constipated. There was just a lot going on in my body. So I felt helpless. I felt like I can either be super thin and unhealthy, or really kind of overweight and unhealthy. And I just felt like there was nothing in the middle. I felt hopeless.
So when you were trying to lose the weight, what were you doing to achieve these goals? Like, what are some of the patterns that you were doing to lose the weight?
Pretty disordered things. I was eating below 1,200 calories a day. I was constantly moving.
Give an example of that. What does that mean, constantly moving?
So for instance, if I was at work and I was feeling exhausted, I would make myself take the stairs up and down to every patient. I work in a hospital, to every patient that I saw, I had to take the stairs. Never would take. I could be carrying bags of stuff, wouldn't matter. Got to take the stairs. Got to get those steps in. I would come home from work, be exhausted. I would go for a walk. I would wake up at 5 a.m. and, go on YouTube and find a HIIT exercise and do it right before work. It's just constant movement.
So would you say that for eating, let's talk about the eating. What were you doing eating wise?
I would eat a very small breakfast, probably a very small bowl of oatmeal. And then I would fast until dinner time. I would not eat during the day. If I got super hungry during the day and just needed something, I would drink a cup of bone broth. And then at dinner, I would eat probably like a 700 calorie dinner. So I was trying to make myself come in at about 1,000 calories a day.
And you were doing whatever exercise you could do at every ounce of time you had. So you're trying to over exercise and under eat to achieve the weight loss. Okay. Do you feel like with the were you tracking food then? Because I don't know. Were you tracking your calories and stuff?
I was using a different app, but I was tracking.
Do you feel like that you were very rigid, like even at the items that you were choosing, like the food items that you were choosing, like how, I want to know the experience of how you were choosing items of your food.
Yeah. I had a lot of phobias. Like I had a phobia of sodium. I couldn't eat things that were high in sodium. I thought that would make me retain water. I couldn't eat foods with sugar, even like fruit. I wouldn't eat bananas, grapes, watermelon. It was really bland chicken, brown rice, non-starchy vegetables. That was pretty much it.
So you would say that that's really rigid, right?
Yeah. A little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. How was the quality of your life then?
I didn't really have one. Yeah, my life was trying to maintain that.
So going to functions or things like that gave you anxiety? I don't know. I'm just asking. Like,
yeah,
I really didn't know.
I would go drink my Diet Coke in the corner and leave because I couldn't eat the food. And then people would wonder why I wasn't eating the food. And it just was easier not to go.
Okay. How has it been over the years with the body image? Tell us a little bit about the journey of the body image issues and how does it affect your views about health and fitness now? Because someone would say, someone with body image issues, it can really severely affect in a negative light with someone who's working towards health and fitness goals, right? Because, so I want to know, like, share your journey of the body image issues over the years and how it affects your views now with health and fitness.
So that was a big thing, and that still is a big thing. It's gotten a lot better. The things that you and Karina and Kelly have taught me that, wow, like I actually need to eat to fuel my body. And I was so fearful that if I did that, I was going to gain so much weight, and I didn't. I didn't. And so that that just trusting that was huge. And through that, being able to look in the mirror and like, I guess I don't know how to answer your question directly. It just evolved. It just took a lot of time. And I think eventually over time, my goals shifted from being purely aesthetic and how I looked to, wow, how strong can I get? How much weight can I lift? It became so much less about taking up as little space as possible to being as strong as possible. I'm here. I'm lifting weight, and
Yeah, and the perspective on food, how it's not about how less can I eat to lose weight. It's about I need to fuel my body to achieve the healthy and fit life, to be strong, to have energy, to perform at my job. The perspective about what food does. Don't you agree? Do you feel like that you've really grown in that area where your mindset around food, the relationship around food, has really shifted over the years to be more about what it's doing for me, or instead of what it's going to do to me?
yeah, and it's more about what can I add in versus what can I take out. I can
Exactly.
add in flax, I can add in chia, I can add in avocado, and know why I'm adding them, and realize that I love food. I'm a foodie. I want to eat. I want to eat a variety of different things. And again, just slowly adding these things in and seeing like, oh wow, like there's no negative change. If anything, it's adding the positive change.
Yes, adding the positive. That's good. So, there could be some concerns with someone who struggles with body image issues, where they pull apart themselves and critique themselves, or when they go places, they feel that somebody might be looking at them, or how do I look sitting here, these things. If we're setting fitness and health goals, like more muscles, fitting better in my clothes, all these things, there has to be a healthy way in achieving that. So what I want us to talk about, and I want us to both share experiences with this, but I want us to talk about the difference between having healthy motivation to accomplish your health and fitness goals versus having a harmful mindset that is strictly around losing weight to achieve the outcome. So there is a harmful way, and then there's a healthy motivational way on how we can how we can work towards our health and fitness goals. So what do you think is a healthy motivation way? Like, what is one healthy motivational way to work towards your goals without bringing in the negative voices? What do you think that would be?
I think for me, a big piece of that was remembering that we're working towards longevity and we're working towards health. And sometimes, our bodies change, and, we fit this aesthetic ideal of what is sexy or what is whatever. But that shouldn't, in my opinion, should not necessarily be the goal. Our goal should be, I'm doing this to be healthy. I'm doing this for my longevity. I'm doing this, because I don't want to be, the lady in the nursing home. I want to be the lady who's at home and independent and doing it. For me, that was a big thing.
Yeah, that's a good one. Okay, I'll go and I'll say what's harmful mindset strategy. I think perceiving that we're not good enough, or we're not beautiful enough. Okay, since we use that word in the title, refining beauty. that we're not good enough, or we're not beautiful enough until I lose 15 pounds. Because then that gives all the power to the weight.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I'm not beautiful, or I'm not good enough, or I'm not successful enough until I lose 15 pounds. But in the meantime, you are working out more than you have. You're eating healthier foods like vegetables and fruits. You're doing things that's nourishing to your body, that's helping you create longevity and vitality. But you're so focused on, I'm not beautiful, or I'm not sexy, or I'm not any of this until I lose that 15 pounds. So that would be an example of a harmful mindset. And that's not going to go away until it's addressed and worked on and conditioned. Oh, and me and Jillian were, I want her. Okay, Jillian, what do you think? I'm going to circle back around, so help me remember this. We're going to circle back around by, it is number 5 on my list, so we'll get to it, so never mind. But what is another healthy motivational way to address your goals?
I think letting go of the all or nothing mindset. So, I'm working towards the goal, but you need to celebrate the little things on the way to that goal, like lifting heavier weights, or being more consistent with your workouts, or eating more healthy, or adding in the specific food you were working on, whatever it is. There are other things to celebrate versus just that one, whatever goal you had in mind along the way. And like, some days are going to be easier than others, and some days we are going to go out with friends and eat the cookies, and that's okay. It's not all or nothing. You're still working towards that goal.
That's right. And when people say, I'm doing good, but I had pizza this weekend, I'm like, and it doesn't, I don't care that you had pizza this weekend. You know what I mean? This isn't I can't have these things. It's, how do I create the balance to achieve my goals? The harmful mindset says, I can't have treats. That's the harmful mindset. The healthy mindset says, the motivational mindset says, I can have treats with intention, with a strategy. And there's nothing wrong with that. And then there's times that we are not perfect, like the all or nothing, what Jillian was talking about. And the all or nothing mindset, if we feel like we did have a treat, then I blew it. I blew the whole day. I blew my week. But that is a false perception. That is part of the harmful mindset. The healthy mindset says, oh man, I should have done a little better than that today. And I'm not talking about a treat. I'm talking about a reactive binge. That is not intentional, right? That's a reaction to an emotion. So that would be something that we don't want to happen. So that would be something that we want to work on. So if something like that happens, we would say, okay, I didn't mean to do that, but I'm going to fix it next time. And this is how I'm going to do that. I'm going to recondition my mindset from this. And I'm going to try my best. I'm going to try to prevent that from happening in the future. And even if we didn't prevent in the future, okay, I'm going to do it again. I'm going to strive again. So when there's going to be moments, Jillian, you know what I'm talking about, the feeling of inadequacy. Because let's say that you are feeling like, okay, I got this healthy mindset, this healthy motivational mindset down. Like I'm going to be healthy with my mindset, and I'm going to practice the tools of learning to accept my body where it's at in the season that I'm in. Because I promise you, right now, the seasons that we're in is not going to be there. We're going to change. Our bodies are going to change. We're going to age, right? Like, when things change, we are going to have to always learn to look at our season, our bodies, where we're at, and love ourselves where we're at. And me and Jillian were talking earlier today, and I said, you know, one thing that's really helped me over the years to ground myself back from spiraling with body image issues is me practicing this mantra that I am uniquely made. I am uniquely made. So there's no one that I can ever compare myself to because I'm uniquely made. If I look on Instagram or I look on Facebook Reels or whatever, I could compare myself to anybody and self-sabotage myself to me not showing up the way that I want to show up, steal my quality of life, steal my day. But I just say, you know what? I'm uniquely made, and I'm going to continue on. But by the way, that would be a healthy mindset strategy. But Jillian, do you, when you have seasons where you're at calmness, right? Like more of a freedom feeling where you're like, okay, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling like, you know, things are going in motion. And then we have a feeling of inadequacy. And that could be triggers. That could be triggers like we saw a photo, or we did a weigh-in, or we, somebody made a comment, something. And then it like steals your peace, your calmness, and it steals the inadequacy, you know, it shows up. What can we do to cultivate a healthier relationship with our body in that moment or in that time frame so we can continue to find peace and to continue to pursue our health and fitness goals? What would be an example of how we can do that?
For me, it's remembering that the feeling is fleeting. Like you have that and it's like you just feel like, oh my God, this feeling's never going to end. Like you just feel, but then just remembering that this is just a disruption in the calm. It's okay. It's going to pass. And also remembering, you know, whatever the trigger was may or may not even be true. Like pictures have bad lighting, pictures have bad angles. People say stupid crap because people are stupid. You know, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's accurate. And if it is accurate, just remembering that you are the best you in this moment. Exactly. You are, you know, that's what I have to do with myself. And sometimes too, I find myself comparing myself to other women, but I also compare myself to older versions of myself. Oh, I used to be thinner. Oh, I used to be more active. Oh, I used to this, I used to that. And then I stop and think, but wait a minute. Was I happy when I was that thin? Was I happy when I was constantly moving? You know, my happiest moments were not when I was at my thinnest. They were most miserable moments, if I'm honest. I have to remind myself that that ideal body that I thought I had at whatever moment or whatever activity I was doing, whatever I was doing before, where I thought that I was better than I am now. If I take a step back, my life wasn't better then. It just wasn't. It's a lie. It's a mirage. It's just a little trick that my brain is playing on me.
Yeah, exactly. And you made a great point. And then even if it was, let's just say, even if someone remembers how they felt and looked when they were 20 versus 40.
Our bodies change. They're supposed to. God made us to change. God did not make us to stay the same way our whole lives. This is not how it works.
Right. So if we have this expectation that we should feel or be the person that we were before, it's not realistic, it's not fair.
Yeah.
And if you feel like you're not going to be good enough or beautiful enough until you achieve that, you are stuck with this. You are stuck with this shame, guilt, pain for the rest of your life until you can address that. You can address that it's okay to love my body where it's at, and I'm going to continue to set goals, and I'm going to love the process. I'm going to love the journey. And it's not, like Jillian said, whenever I have this, what's the word? The inadequacy.
Disruption.
Yeah, disruption. Yeah. When I have this disruption to where I feel, oh my gosh, that it is going to be short-lived and that it's a temporary feeling, and that we can bring ourselves, we can condition our mind to find peace and be like, okay, I'm going to, even if it's real, even if, you saw yourself in a photo and you didn't like it, even if it's real, then you can say, okay, but my body I'm working hard on my body because I'm working out, I'm eating healthier, I am taking self-care initiative. So I'm proud of that. I am proud of that. That's my win. Am I where that I want to be? Nope. But I'm going to love the process. And I am beautiful now. I am enough now. And I accept where I'm at, where I am, because it's the season that I'm in, because of X, Y, and Z, because I had babies, because I took a new job that pulled every ounce of time that I had in that season. I am in the season, and I'm beautiful where I'm at. Truly beauty to me is resiliency in women. It's women who don't give up. Whenever I think about beauty, I think about women who are fighters for themselves, women who show up and take care of themselves, and who turn around and inspire others. That is what beautiful women are to me. Right? So why are we thinking that we're not good enough or beautiful enough? Because of aesthetics. When we are amazing creatures, we're amazing women. So we're beautiful now with 20 pounds heavier, and we're going to be beautiful even if we're 15 pounds lighter or 20 pounds lighter. It's the same. It's the same. We are never going to be failures unless we give up on ourselves. That's what failure is. As long as we are always just striving to be the best version of ourselves, and we are doing the best we can and giving ourselves self-compassion, then we're going to find peace in the journey. We're going to find peace in the journey. And we got to remember, we got to use mantras like that. We got to use mantras that remind ourselves that we are awesome, that we are strong, that we are resilient. And when we're 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, we're going to continue to create the healthiest and fittest version of ourselves. And that is what true beauty is always just setting new goals and working on those goals, so that way we can live a quality of life, and so we can turn around and inspire others to do the same. Circle back around one more time. When we have these feelings of inadequacy, we need to remind ourselves that to change this pattern, okay, first of all, it's normal. We're all going to have the feelings of inadequacy, the disruptors, the disruption in our self, in our body image. Okay. We're going to have those. They're normal. Even people who struggle with body image issues or dysmorphia are people who don't. We have these disruptors show up. And when we do, we have to realize that we've got to change the pattern if normally it goes in a negative spiral where we let it hinder the quality of our day, our week. That is a spiral. So how can we change the pattern? We got to change the pattern so we can condition our mindset to do something different, so that way we can find peace and redirect and and create that healthier relationship with our bodies, so we can continue to pursue our goals. Jillian, I know I hijacked this, but
good stuff.
I'm just wanting to share, good stuff. Did you have any feedback that you wanted to give from what I just said?
Goodness. No, I think everything you said is true and accurate. I mean, it's yeah.
Oh, one thing that you could share is, do you feel like there's ever an end to the disruptors? Honestly, do you feel like that there's ever going to be an end to disruptors?
No. At least not for me, and I kind of doubt for any. I think it's human. It's
human
to have those feelings, and it's human to. But we can't control whether we have them. But we can control how we react to them.